Hi guys, welcome back to Algebra 2 Easy. Today we're going to do some unit circle practice. If you've not had the opportunity to go and watch our unit circle videos, make sure you go back and view them. I promise they are very easy for you to follow. Now, remember we said last week, as long as you know quadrant 1, you know everything else as far as your unit circle goes. And that is still true. We also talked about reference angles last week. And remember, those reference angles in our unit circle were 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and then also 45 degrees. 30 degrees, remember, your ordered pair was radical 3 over 2, and then also 1/2. For 45 degrees, your ordered pair was radical 2 over 2 and radical 2 over 2. For 60 degrees, remember your ordered pair was 1/2 radical 3 over 2. Ordered pairs were in the format of x, y, but they meant a little bit more. X meant cosine of 30 degrees is radical 3 over 2. Y meant sine of 30 degrees is 1/2, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and put cosine, sine, cosine, sine, cosine, sine. Now let's dig in with this first example. They want you to find sine of 4 pi over 3. Well, first, we need to know what is the reference angle. So out of these three angles, which ordered pair are we using? Looking at pi over 3. Pi over 3, we know, is 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is going to be our reference angle. Now, we do know that, truthfully, you're saying sine of 4 times 60, that's 240. However, their ordered pairs are going to be very similar besides one thing. So let's go ahead and write the ordered pair for 60 degrees. That is 1/2 radical 3 over 2. Now, the only difference that we're going to see is that 60 degrees is in quadrant 1, where everything is positive. 240 degrees is in quadrant 3, where everything is negative. So make sure that both of your values in your ordered pair is negative. And then we have our answer. Sine of 4 pi over 3 is going to equal negative radical 3 over 2. Let's do another one. Same thing, let's go ahead and write down our reference angle. Again, we had 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and then 60 degrees. And let's write our ordered pairs. Radical 3 over 2, 1/2. Square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. And then last, for 60 degrees, we had 1/2 radical 3 over 2. Now, if you look at cosine of negative 60 degrees, the reference angle that you would use here would be 60 degrees again. And the reason why is that negative 60 plus 60 is 0. And remember, reference angles are formed by the terminal side and the x-axis. So adding 60, your reference angle, gets you back to the x-axis with negative 60 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and write the ordered pair for 60 degrees. It is 1/2 radical 3 over 2. So then negative 60 degrees is going to have this same ordered pair. However, the signs are going to be different. Let's talk about it. Reference angle is always in quadrant 1, where it's positive. But negative 60 degrees is in quadrant 4, because you would be going clockwise. So you would be going down from the x-axis. Remember, in quadrant 4, x is positive. So if you're plotting a point in quadrant 4, your x value would be positive and your y value would be negative. Now, they are asking for cosine. And remember, cosine is your x value, so it's 1/2. So my answer is cosine of negative 60 degrees is equal to 1/2. We're going to do one last problem. This time we're going to use tangent. Again, go ahead and write those reference angles down. 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees. Ordered pair was radical 3/2 for 30 and then 1/2. For 45, it was radical 2/2 and then radical 2/2. And then last for 60, it was 1/2 radical 3/2. Notice that we have tangent of 5 pi over 6. Particular reference angle is 30 degrees. So that is 30 degrees. If you didn't know that, definitely go back and watch the unit circle video. So then truthfully, you're saying 5 times 30 degrees? Well, that's 150 degrees. Since 30 degrees is your reference angle, we can go ahead and write this ordered pair down. The only thing that we have to be concerned about now is going to be the quadrant that we're in. So remember, 30 degrees is in quadrant 1. However, 150 degrees is in quadrant 2. Remember, in quadrant 2, you're going to the left and then you're going up. So that means your x values are negative. So let me go ahead and put a negative there. Finding tangent. So there's definitely one more step. Tangent is equal to y over x. So basically, it's equal to sine of theta over cosine of theta. So since we have our x and our y, so we do have sine of our theta and we do have cosine of our theta, all we have to do is take those values in that ordered pair and divide. So then we're going to have where tangent of 150 degrees is equal to, sine for us was 1/2, divided by cosine for us was negative radical 3/2. Now remember, we do not divide fractions by hand. We multiply by the reciprocal. Or your teacher may say keep, change, flip. So keep 1/2, change division and multiplication, and then flip negative radical 3/2 to negative 2 over radical 3. If we go ahead and solve that, you're going to say 1 times 2, which is 2. Make that negative stay in front because a positive times a negative is a negative. And then 2 times radical 3 is 2 radical 3. You need to simplify. First, those 2's can definitely create just 1. They cancel. So it's going to be negative 1 over radical 3. Now, your teacher may have told you we do not leave radicals in the denominator. So truthfully, this simplifies to negative radical 3 over 3. And that's it. That is going to be tangent of 150 degrees. Or, like they had at the beginning, we can go ahead and rewrite this as 5 pi over 6. Well, that's it. I hope this video was helpful. If you are struggling in any way, I promise it has to do with that unit circle. So make sure you go back and watch that video. Make sure you know those concepts. That way this part here is easy for you. See you tomorrow. Have a great night.